Oh my goodness. Hey, Sydney. Yeah, we are doing it all again today. No big surprises there. And we have several days that we're going to be dealing with this high heat and humidity. A heat advisory is in place across the Mid-South until 9 o'clock, just like what we had yesterday. That means that heat index values anywhere from 105 to 109. Take it easy out there. It is already feeling pretty warm and muggy. 85 is what we're dealing with at this hour in Memphis. It feels like it's 87 in Covington. Same thing from Blytheville to Dyersburg to Alamo. Already straight out the gate, starting off with those very warm temperatures. And you know, we're headed up from here. 88 degrees is where we're headed when it comes to our temperatures by midday. By 3 o'clock, we'll be in the low 90s. By the evening hours, temperatures in the 80s. And we could catch a stray shower or two, maybe an isolated downpour, but the chance overall is going to be low. As we look ahead, notice temperatures get even hotter, so prepare. 97 degrees on Monday, upper 90s Tuesday and Wednesday. By the time we get toward the end of the week, we're looking at some higher rain chances and cooler temperatures. We'll talk about it coming up in my first alert forecast.
Well, if you are looking to save some money for back-to-school shopping, now is the perfect time. It is tax-free weekend in Tennessee. You can save on clothing and school supplies under $100, plus computers $1,500 or less. Online products are also tax-free. Tax-free weekend ends this Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Well, with the kids getting ready to head back to the classroom, it is important to make sure your kids are prepared for the first day. That is why so many organizations across the Mid-South are helping families. Something community advocates say not only shows the city's impact, but sets the next generation up for success.
It's so important for these churches and community organizations that are saying, hey, we're going to own our block, or we're going to own our neighborhood or zip code, where they're doing it and taking the backpacks to them in different ways. All of us have literally one goal, is to make sure the students are prepared and have their school supplies and backpacks.
A number of giveaways happening today. You just heard from the city leader there, and they're having their giveaway today at Tiger Lane at 11 o'clock. Now, the other one's going on at 10 o'clock. There is one by the Horn Lake Police Department. They're having a backpack giveaway at Latimer Lakes Park. Green Litigation Group on Goodman Road in South Haven hosts theirs at 9 in the morning. In Whitehaven, Alpha Memphis Education Foundation will start their giveaway also at 9 a.m. That's on Barton Drive. And then in Millington, there's a giveaway. It is sponsored by Xfinity at the Ed Haley Sports Complex Gym. That gets started at 10 this morning.
Bill Morris was someone who could just bring people together and get things done. And, you know, later in his life, you know, he started to really support and work tirelessly for the University of Memphis and the work that he did there for athletics, and the school overall was just, you know, so beneficial.
Well, condolences are continuing to pour in today as former Shelby County Mayor Bill Morris has passed away. He was 92 years old. Morris was Shelby County's longest serving mayor from 1978 to 1994. Our Joyce Peterson takes a look through his legacy.
William N. Bill Morris grew up in Mississippi and, like his good friend Elvis Presley, moved to Memphis. He would serve the city and Shelby County for the rest of his life. Morris served as Shelby County Sheriff from 1964 through 1970, including the tumultuous days of the 1968 sanitation workers' strike and the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It was Sheriff Morris who kept watch on James Earl Ray in the old Shelby County Jail downtown after Ray's capture in London. Ray first confessed to King's assassination and then later recanted. Morris went on to win 4 terms as Shelby County Mayor, beginning in 1978. State Route 385 was renamed the Bill Morris Parkway, honoring Mr. Morris's many years of service as mayor.
Arrangements have already been made for Bill Morris. Visitation will be 10 a.m. to noon on Saturday, August 2nd at First Evangelical Church in Memphis. Funeral services will follow immediately after. Later today, Memphis firefighter Gary White will be laid to rest. White was killed earlier this month in a motorcycle accident. He served in the U.S. military for 31 years and served as a firefighter for 27. His funeral will be held at noon at Riverside Missionary Baptist Church. Well, the funeral for Dr. Karananja Ajanaku will happen this morning at the National Civil Rights Museum. He died earlier this month at 70 years old. He was the former editor and publisher of the new Tri-State Defender, one of the first Black-owned publications in Memphis. That service starts at 10 this morning. It's at the Hooks Hyde Hall. Well, it's 8:07 this morning. As MSCS students return to the classes on August 4th, they'll have more than one superintendent. Well, parents were notified in a letter that the district will operate in 4 geographical regions, each led by a regional superintendent that reports to interim superintendent Dr. Rod Richmond. There will also be a 5th regional superintendent that runs schools placed into the national recognized I-Zone. It is a system that has one parent concerned for the future.
I'm not sure what they're trying to do. I do know that there's probably going to be a lot of changes. I don't think good. Hopefully they will be, but right now I'm just not impressed at all.
Well, in the letter, Dr. Richmond said, quote, "This approach will allow us to better understand the unique needs of our schools based on their location and community and ensure they receive the right resources and guidance to succeed." For a full look at the letter, head to actionnews5.com. Well, Shelby County commissioners could change how Memphis Shelby County School Board members are elected. A new state law would allow their election to sync up with county commission seats, meaning all board seats would be up for election next year. Last year, 5 board members were elected. Under this resolution, those current terms would be cut in half. The resolution would also limit school board members to 2 consecutive 4-year terms. Well, the issues with MSCS board stem from their decision to fire former superintendent Dr. Marie Fagans back in January. She's currently suing them, claiming they plotted her firing in private and by doing so violated Tennessee's open meetings law. One of the things that she's seeking from the lawsuit is to get her former job back.
As good as my character is and my integrity is and an unblemished record for 21 years, I didn't come to Memphis, sir, to be a criminal. I also didn't come to sue the school district. I came to lead and serve and to do so with the highest character possible.
Fagans is seeking a preliminary injunction in the cause, which, if granted, would return her to the superintendent's role while her lawsuit plays out in court. Well, looking ahead to more back-to-school giveaways happening today. There's a giveaway at the Princeton Avenue Baptist Church at 10 a.m. Now, you must bring your report card to get these free school supplies. A back-to-school food truck festival is happening at the Hickory Hill Community Center. That also kicks off at 10. There's also the Blessing the Block giveaway at Greater Mount Moriah Baptist Church. And the city of Memphis is giving away backpacks at Tiger Lane. They've got about 1,000 of them starting at 11 a.m. Meanwhile, the Shelby County Health Department is holding a community care fair this morning. It'll be at Centenary United Methodist Church. It's today at 10 this morning. That fair is going to offer free services and info about valuable health department programs and resources. All right, let's take a moment to talk about that forecast. Again, nice, pretty blue skies behind you. What else do we have in store today?
Yeah, well, you know, the heat and humidity is back on for today, and it is very pretty out there, but you want to admire it from the inside because things are already heating up. We've got a few clouds out there, some fair weather cumulus clouds, but overall nice and sunny across the Mid-South. Temperatures right now already in the upper 70s to 80 degrees in Memphis, and you factor in the humidity and it's feeling already warm across the area. Here's where we're headed when it comes to our actual air temperatures. We're going to be in the low 90s for today, 93 degrees for a high in Memphis, but 91 Dyersburg, 93 Batesville, 93 in Clarksdale, Oakdale. But again, we're looking at some of those humidity levels. When you factor in the humidity and the temperature, we're talking anywhere from the heat index 105 to 109. There could be a couple of spots that get cooled off by some downpours. This is right around 2 o'clock. Could see a downpour or two just south of Dyersburg, north of Covington, maybe even a few isolated downpours in North Mississippi as we head into the evening hours. But you can see coverage is going to be very limited. Rain chances are going to be low, and most of us are just going to be baking in the heat and humidity. We go into Sunday and we've got more of the same. Temperatures may even be a couple of degrees hotter, if you can imagine that. Likely we'll see another heat advisory in place, and I think we're even going to see some heat warnings as we head into the work week. But looking at a couple of spotty showers once again on the radar as we make our way into Sunday afternoon, although most are going to stay just hot and dry and uncomfortable. Here's a look at what we can expect when it comes to where the heat index will be the highest today. Right around 98 by 1 o'clock. As we head around 3 o'clock, it could feel as hot as 106. So you want to take it easy, drink plenty of water, and of course limit that strenuous outdoor activity. Tonight we drop down to 77 degrees, partly cloudy, warm and humid. We'll be back where we were starting this morning. We'll be there tonight and early for your Sunday. 95 degrees for Sunday, partly cloudy. A stray downpour is possible, but again, most won't see much when it comes to rain. Here's what your Sunday will feel like. Feeling like 100 by 1 o'clock. 103 is what we'll be feeling by 2 o'clock. Could feel as hot as 107 by 3 o'clock. Take it easy. You're probably wondering, when are we going to see some rain and things are going to cool off? Well, our best chance will arrive on Wednesday. Could see some more showers on Thursday, and that will lead to some cooler temperatures by the end of next week and into next weekend. So we have a ways to go before we get there. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. In the meantime, pretty hard to look at. Temperatures in the low 90s today. It's the cooler of the days. 95 degrees on Sunday. We head to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're talking about upper 90s. We are likely to see some heat warnings come out with those hotter days ahead. And then by the end of the week, as I mentioned, we finally get to breathe a little bit easier with those temperatures in the low 90s by Friday and low 90s into next weekend.
Alrighty, thank you, Sige. A game-changing scandal involving last season's matchup between Memphis and UTSA. The Roadrunners upset the Tigers 44-36 in a game that knocked Memphis out of playoff contention. You remember that game. But new information shows a former Tigers player leaking the team's playbook. Griffin Demaray has more on the scandal.
Like, the integrity of the game matters in this league.
Those words from American conditioner Tim Bernetti came on the heels of a scandal that has taken the internet by storm. On3 Memphis first reported messages between former Tigers safety Taj Rael to UTSA quarterback Owen McCown, where Rael sent McCown screenshots of different Memphis defenses, saying things like, "None of them can cover," even giving him certain players to attack that were dealing with injury, to which McCown responded, quote, "Bet, let me know if they cut your stuff, and I'll put in a good word." It was a game the Tigers lost 44-36. Today at the American Conference Media Day, Commissioner Tim Bernetti addressed the reports.
So I'm aware of the situation. You know, naturally, I've been having very open dialogue with Coach Traylor and Coach Silverfield about it. They're going to address it. You know, I don't think it's really for me to address, but certainly we're aware of it and we're supporting the schools in it. But what I can tell you is there's really not much to this story. I think a lot of it has been, sensationalized, and some of it, I think, quite frankly, is clickbait.
He doubled down on that sentiment later, stressing integrity matters to these teams.
The integrity of this thing means something to people in this league. So naturally, anything that flirts with the line, we're going to take seriously. But in this case, I think this is much ado about nothing.
On the podium, Tigers head coach Ryan Silverfield did not have too much to say about the alleged messages.
There's always been outside distractions, whether it's in the last 24 hours, the last 48, things that occur.
Rael's agency released a statement that said, in part, Taj acknowledges that errors in judgment may have been made. At no point was there any intent in harming teammates or compromising the game he loves. Rael entered the transfer portal and committed to Purdue this offseason. At the University of Memphis, Griffin Demaray, Action News 5.
All right, let's talk basketball now. The Grizzlies' preseason schedule is finally out. They'll play their first 3 games at home. The first is October 6th against the Detroit Pistons, October 8th versus the Boston Celtics, and then October 11th against the Atlanta Hawks. They'll go on the road to face the Charlotte Hornets on the 15th of October. Preseason wraps up on October 17th, taking on the Miami Heat. All right, let's get back to the schools. Another school supply giveaway to tell you about. This one is going to be happening at Treadwell Elementary School. It gets started at 11 a.m. There is another backpack giveaway at Lewis Davis Park. That one starts at noon. A back to school party and backpack drive is also happening. It's going to be at AMG Arcade and Game Lounge. That's over in Westwood. That one starts at 4 p.m. All right, and time for another look at that forecast, CA.
That sounds like a lot of fun, but a good thing that it's going to be inside.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You're going to want to do a lot of things inside today because we're in for another hot one. A heat advisory in place until 9 o'clock for the entire Mid-South. Low 90s today. This is our bit of a break, but things just rise over the next several days. It is so hard to look at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday when we're talking about high temperatures in the upper 90s. We are likely to see some heat warnings as we head into next week with those very hot temperatures, and the humidity is still going to be on the high side. When it comes to rain chances, I think the best chances are going to be Thursday and Friday. Even Wednesday late in the day could see some rain, so that's going to help cool things off as this pattern finally breaks down by the end of next week and next weekend.
Boy, it has just been hot, and more hot.
Right, hang in there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sergey, and thank y'all for joining us here on Action News 5. We have, of course, more news and weather updates tonight at 5 o'clock, so stick around for that.
Take the First Alert Weather Team wherever you go. Live radar, hour-by-hour forecasts, everything you need to help plan your day. Download the free First Alert Weather app today